Okay, I give a person a benefit of a doubt.
Yes.
Mashaba. Based of what he did in Joburg.
Yes.
It's a benefit because probably there will be a continuation because remember, this journey was cut short by the very same DA because he wanted to assist Batubako Alexander.
Yes,
so he wanted to solve the problem that we have here. But what are they doing in 10? Baba rich, Kamara indigent. Indigent is extremely poor person. So what they are saying is nonsense.
Because I want to take you to task with
Sure.
this. This 2,500, you've made these allegations many times in various platforms and for a long time. Are you keen to take this to only evidence in?
Not all whites. I've worked with whites. I've got white friends and I love whites. They all know what Tsapa doesn't mean everybody. It's a pity some people are misquoting us deliberately who change a story. No, I can never do that.
Do you love Brink?
I love Brink as a person, but I hate his approach towards black people. He's a human being. I mean, because he never wanted to see us. No civic can claim rental Brink over Bodromo.
How's it?
I'm good, Commander. Morning.
Sure, man. Born, man. The city is going through transformations. You are someone who has always wanted these changes. So I just want to start with, you were in council and the motion that we knew it was going to come didn't come because people went to court to block the motion and they survived.
Sure.
As we speak, I hear the DA has went to the public to get the signature, the petition for them to be protected because they want their mayor. They said no hands, Skatwara Brink. As someone, just take us through, you went to council, you saw, and you always attend council. Just read the mood in the council, in the Tshwane council, what was happening. Do you think these are indication value of a new government coming to take over? And what would this new government, if it compose, which way would you like it? Thanks.
Okay, in response and briefly, I've adopted something.
Remind them more Mangaskis.
Tsepo Mahlangu, leader ya Laska Tshwane Parliament, which is a civic association, not a political party. Commander's morning.
Sure.
In response, briefly and straight to the point, I've adopted what I called a giraffe approach. Giraffe approach is a visionary approach.
Sure.
We have learned, because we are closely monitoring what is happening, cancelling, correctly said, or on behalf of the residents, because they are giving us a mandate. Ours is to provide guidance and direction based on facts. One, the mood in the council, they no longer want DA, executive mayor, Sile Brink as a mayor of the capital city. There is a divorce by ACDP and what's that party? Action SA. But now, from where I'm sitting, observation saga, I've learned.
Make it clear for our audience. ACDP stays with Brink.
No, ACDP is saving a divorce. ACDP Morake, Ronald Morake.
Ronald Morake, I heard him saying he's staying.
Now, go interview and go cancel. He said, no, DA, now
oh, no, that's good.
Yeah, they're saving divorce papers.
I could have maybe said something wrong because of what I heard.
Yeah,
please
it's on record. Go YouTube, go interview ENCA because I saw it. I saw them with my naked eye.
Yes.
A joint statement. Let Jackie Matabate, chairperson of Regional Action SA, confirming, no, we're done. This abusive relationship of which I've been advocating to say, better the devil I know, abusive partner with divorce, regardless of you offer a chelete kanang. Chelete kabate mario oka, kasi enjoy.
Yes.
So, the ground is very shaky for the Democratic Alliance. Now, from the people's view, which are abused, which are black townships, they don't want Sila Brink le DA anymore because they never wanted to serve us. So for us, it's a good riddance because, one, if you look at the state of the township, where I'm residing now, Region 3, it's level 5, we don't have water. Nobody's saying anything. If in Gaelico East, obviously you will see timber for utility, but in our townships, nobody's saying anything. The taps are dry. No communication whatsoever from the city. It's fine. Then, today, the waste was not collected. No communication whatsoever. But if in Tshwane New Mayor East, as usual, the metro and everything, all the army will be escorting those cars to clean because our Tshwane dynamics are Tshwane. So service delivery I won. Last week there was a trip trending. Brink. I was going to Nkomo Village Mall. Then I saw the motorcade. It's another location. Thinking, hey, we've been invaded again by that Tshwane Adima. I was driving with a lady from Alaska. Then I said, man, let's go there. We'll find out. What's happening? But no, Mayor Sila Brink, it's here. Then this man never gave us an opportunity to speak for 5 minutes with him. He never wanted to talk to the blacks. He never wanted to address us in any form unless Atisha message through JKA's TikTok. Personally, he doesn't want to see us. That swart khafar thing here high. Then let me use this opportunity to engage the mayor.
Talk to him direct.
Then the Jisha into a matlagala. Germano trying to use a strategy because otherwise Mopela mayor ale vocal so radical. Then and he was so surprised and unsettled. Then I've got an opportunity through that to that channel to engage him and tell him exactly what is it that he do wrong. What is it that we want? It was actually a strategy to engage him, even though after some naysayers saying, we entertain a Brinky, okay. I mean, forget about that. The small minds attract small whatever. I don't entertain mediocrity. So I said, okay, if I understand it, one day they will understand how I want to deal. Then I discovered, here we are dealing with a mayor who cares about the coalition. Not, Hagabona coalition is intact and Ale mayor. That's what he's here for. Foreigner, no, he doesn't care. I've picked it up through that interview.
But isn't it his vehicle to fix Tshwane? Maybe he needs to fix it with those, because if the coalition doesn't exist, then he can't fix Tshwane. Because he says he wants to fix Tshwane.
Politics of stomach is dangerous. How 100,000 about what's but depend on more. They will do whatever you do, even though I were not wrong. That's why I was happy I gave one of us the divorce papers last week to say, oh, Paso Ubabeno. I bet you
answered the first part.
Yes.
You answered the first part. The first part says, what was the mood? So you're saying the mood, people generally in council, they're tired of Brink.
Sure.
Yeah. As a political analyst, he is a member of civil society. He's been in the program for a long time. So the part is that you have not answered is what do you wish the government, the composition of the new government, what do you wish to have?
The most important thing that we need is a stable city. The city that really ignites with excellence. We need a capable mayor. I
want you to answer the question.
That mayor, mayor wa batho for batho, because we are the municipality, the resident. So Sila Brink, he overstayed his visit. He let him go. And this new coalition, a capable mayor with proven track record. Currently, because we don't want another imposed mayor ba mo parachutile from another province or wherever a tle mo tlo ira tse Brink a di dirileng.
Okay. Brink hasn't served for 2 years. Right?
Yes.
And it's only 2 years left. So whoever is going to come, 2016, he will be campaigning, say, I did not get a chance.
2026.
2026.
Yeah.
I did not get a chance. Is it fair for you to replace this man? Okay, when I'm saying you, I'm not talking about
No. I'm the voice of the people.
Yes.
So when I respond,
you don't want him. But if you put someone else, that someone else in 2026, he's going to tell Tshwane that he did not get enough chance. Give him a full term. That's what he's going to say.
The new one.
The new one who's going to be campaigning, whoever you install in a week from now, he's going to say, I need a term.
There's a probability.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is it fair to dislodge someone without... So are you saying Brink failed or DA has failed since 2016?
DA has failed.
Since 2016?
Since 2016.
So all the mayors, I don't know if we should count Mponawa as an administrator, but all the mayors that came, Limsola, Ukamfaka,
Msimanga.
Yeah, Msimanga.
Can I be a problem or
Yes, so
Brink?
who amongst them, because what I want to be fair is, I want us to be fair in this regard. Let's not criticize everything because it's DA.
Not true.
Who amongst the DA mayors do you think ignited with excellence or was closer to?
Stevens Mokhalapa.
Lepara le.
As manat personal politics,
Yes.
the interfere process, and then at the end of the day, but are desperate to get services and maybe recall and all that. But first person are using media for propaganda because media, mainstream media, has now been captured for propaganda and all that.
Yeah.
But when you look at what he actually did, he tried.
Sure.
But the quality of job that he tried to do. So this scandal, I am not going to be involved, Moto.
Right.
I just want to talk as a leader to say that man, at least.
Also, after yena, what's able down, right?
Yes.
Able down didn't stay a long time because COVID came and abale matata and stuff, and then the administrator came, got COVID,
Yeah.
right? And then after COVID, kina kwa makwarele.
No, it's Randall Williams.
Randall
not able to. It's Randall Williams, who was forever not in.
No. Remember.
No,
I'm talking about when Mkalapa left.
Yes.
Remember, Mkalapa, someone had to act. And that was able to
Yes. No, that's true.
Yes,
That's true.
and then when Mpo came, it was Kenakwa COVID, right?
Yes.
I think Mpo went with the administration.
Yes. Administration.
Yes. And then, so that's what I'm saying. But we have to. He was heading the city at the time.
Sure.
And then after we rided the storm, it was Randall Williams. Right?
Yes.
Very reluctant mayor, I must say. Very reluctant mayor. And then, the resignation that did not resign.
Yeah.
And then the late Murungwa Makwarela.
Yes.
And then come this man. Brink.
Yeah.
It's him replaced. So you look at these guys. I'm glad you picked Mkhalapa because he was the best mayor according to me.
Sure.
Yeah, of the DA, and the way he moved, the thing that he did, and the composition of the guys that he had in his administration was the best. So if I'm driving you deliberately to choose a mayor or to choose a political party that can choose a mayor. For example, do you think Mashaba will bring himself or will bring his funds?
He might bring himself.
That will be better.
He might bring himself.
To steady the ship until 2026.
Why would he? Okay. No, as a regent is fine. He can bring himself.
Yeah.
Whoever mayor is gonna be is a regent.
Yes.
Must prove very hard or is a capable mayor, like you're saying, because whatever they'll be doing is politicking. Yeah. But on the ground, we need sustainability.
Sure.
We need quality leadership. because our rates and taxes has been footing the wrong bill for a very long time. We need a mayor that we can say, this is the mayor for the people.
Can you allow us to do this? Can we call someone who was, let's just check. So just for advice, what does it mean when a new mayor comes in? And what does it mean for the citizens?
Can I comment on that one before you call that person?
Okay, yeah, please do.
Naturally, under normal circumstances, because in Tshwane there's abnormal circumstances. Under normal circumstances, the change of mayorship brings instability to service delivery. It brings instability to the governance. Understand?
Yes.
So we are very much concerned with change of mayorship. It proves the point that I've been driving all along for 2 years. Coalition governments are not working in South Africa because they are not catered for in a constitution. Those agreements that they are doing, the deal itself.
But let's agree, or no one wants this coalition. They are in it because they are forced to do it. Let's agree on that part.
They're forced by who?
By circumstances. No one has majority. No, if people had 51%, they wouldn't worry. If they've got majority seat, they wouldn't go.
Why must I agree?
Because they can't vote.
They can't deliver. They can't deliver services.
They can't secure votes. Let me see who I get. We're calling Ntate Tau to give us guidance on what happens when a city
is going through this.
Yeah, a new government for a city.
Okay.
Ntate Tau Thobe.
Someone just walked into the house just now. Are we gonna be long?
No, it won't be long. So you'll be the one who's controlling. We are recording podcast Renalen Tate Able Tau. We called you deliberately because we just want your counsel. We're recording a podcast. We just want to know the implications, number one, for the citizens, and then you will tell us in the governance structure, when the new government of the city comes, what will then happen. And we've tasked you to give us this deliberately because you've been involved in both and in multiple times. Are you allowing us to go?
I want us to go, yeah, like I said.
Thank you very much. Let's go.
5 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, look, are we on?
Yes, we are on.
Okay. Look, what it means when when the mayor is removed. So on the day, you will not have a mayor. If the motion passes, then the city does not have a mayor, and the city does not have the executive, which are the MMCs who immediately cease to exist, who are appointed by the mayor, by the way. Now, what that means is that the speaker in that scenario would have to convene a council meeting where the mayor would be elected. It's expected that should there be more than one nomination, then the mayor would be, that election would happen via a secret ballot. Now, what you would expect is that, remember, governance is you've got the administration, which is your professional staff and everything, and you've got the political wing of government. Therefore, it shouldn't be a problem for the citizens of the city, because the administrative part, the city manager is still intact, all the group heads and basically the professional staff is still intact. Therefore, things should continue as expected, that they should continue. What will then happen is that within 14 days, then we should have a new government. That means the city, the speaker must call a meeting within 14 days, and in that meeting, that's when a mayor would be elected. And then once a mayor is elected, he obviously also has 14 days to convene his executive. And once he has convened his executive, then from that point, you continue with the work that needs to be done. Now, it needs to be highlighted that he can appoint anything between 4 and 10 MMCs in that space. So, as things stand, in terms of service delivery, then there should be nothing that affects the city, because the budget has been passed last year in August, September. What you would definitely be battling with is possibly the new department reporting to the different people. But there's not necessarily a need for a handover, because when new people come in, then administrative heads would obviously then go and brief the new political heads on the program of government. And remember, council runs the city, not necessarily the mayor. It's the mayor through council. Therefore, all standing resolutions are standing as things stand. So as far as we are concerned as citizens, it should not be a very unstable period should this happen. And I think this is one thing that we really need to make clear to citizens, to say the change of political direction does not necessarily mean an effect, does not have to affect services. The point where it will affect services, it's obviously at the level of adjustment budget, because it's also known as reprioritization. Now, when that happens is that we'll look at the budget and look at projects that are ready for implementation. And in terms of the priorities of the new government, it's then that they will focus in different areas. We have always been complaining as citizens of Tshwane to say, the DA is focusing its attention on the suburbs in the east and where there are people. So that means the new government would then go in and say, let's reprioritize and make sure that we bring services to areas where services have not been forthcoming. And I think that should be the difference, which I believe is the reason that is cited for wanting to remove this mayor, is that he is focusing elsewhere where services are not reaching the majority of the populace of Tshwane residents. So that, in the long and short, is what is expected. Obviously, you would then, the worrying factor only is that with this political horse trading, is that you are likely not going to see the incoming mayor, whoever that is, finishing the term. So there is a very big likelihood that you are going to have another motion, maybe 6 months, a year into this, and then a removal of that mayor and the new mayor being brought in before 2027. And this seesaw is where the problem is, because then priority is moved elsewhere, and then you have a situation where now you are not going to have services flowing again.
Ntatita, thank you very much. I've got other questions, but I'm respecting your time. Please entertain the guests that have arrived. I know where your thoughts are politically, but I'm not going to ask you unless you want to share.
No, my thoughts are, and contrary to popular belief, I don't think the motion of confidence at this stage on the current mayor is vested on the right places. I think pressure could have been put. I don't think the government that will be formed is going to be stable. We all know that this government is being removed because Action SA is unhappy with the DA, and that should not be the reason why you have people removing others and moving. That party leaders just wants to flex their muscles. It is not fair to the residents. I think when these people convened this government, there would have been negotiations and there would have been coalition agreements. And based on those coalition agreements, I think they should be able to resolve their internal matters. You cannot have a government being removed by a party to that government. It's just absolute nonsense. So where my thoughts are is that the reasons are wrong, but if it achieves the purpose of us getting more services to people in townships, by all means, I think it should be something that is welcome. Let's watch the space for as long as it's not egos only that are at play. Then hopefully the residents of Tshwane will start seeing services go Social Nguve, go Jubileeni, go Atteridgeville, go Mamelodi. There's so many issues that are still outstanding that you look at and you realize that Tshwane is in trouble. But for what it's worth, I think Tshwane was turning the tide. I think we've seen finances improving, and we need to give credit where credit is due. I think our finances are looking much better than they were 2 years ago. And in this direction, hopefully, the new government will obviously continue in that vein to fix the finances of the city, because nothing we can do without proper finances in the city. And that is why we've had the bigger problems that we've had. If we can have proper financial controls and start improving on our processes to make sure that we close the taps on corruption, which is evident, and we start seeing more back for our end, then we should be well on our way to recovery. But all of us, including myself, will be holding this government to account. I will be there when those things happen. I will go to council. We'll definitely be speaking on these matters, and we'll conscientize the community to say we cannot allow a government that we are just going to be football, every politician when it comes to our lives. But this government is not doing justice. Yet it has never given services to black people in townships. They claim that they've started to, and unfortunately it might be too little too late. Whether the intentions, like Tshwane say, are noble, we will wait and see. But as far as we are concerned, we are watching the space and we'll hold them to account.
Thank you very much. God bless.
God bless my brother.
Tobe.
Bye-bye.
Abel Tau, the former acting mayor of the city of Tshwane, the former MMC, he did human settlements, he did, so he knows what he's talking about. So he was with DA and he went with Action SA as well. So you could see he's not friendly with both of them. He's not taking sides and it's very objective. You would hear the way he says. Like I told you, I do not think it's in the best interest of stability to choose someone now. But if people want, it's as if I briefed him before I called him. But if people want, because I wish whoever gets in when that's up must last until 2026. We can't afford to have another person. We can't afford.
Continuity and right. That's what we want. I get wrong understand. Continuity and right.
Yes.
But the wrong, it must be stopped. On Khatama Fellong are the DA administration didn't serve the townships. Pelling it was bit
so paint this picture, paint this picture for people who do not understand. The west of Pretoria, this is towards Hardy's side.
Sure.
It's black and it's underserviced.
Sure.
The east of Pretoria, where it's from the union buildings until Silver Lakes and the stuff, it's white.
Sure.
So you represent communities coming from the west side.
Sure.
And all over the city.
Sure.
You have felt this.
Sure.
I've done this podcast. I even took it to Jackie Ace.
Sure.
When I interviewed Jackie Ace, I said to her, they are accusing you that since 2016, you have turned a blind eye. You have taken POPs. You have done this. What is it? You know what she says? And she repeated it. She says, Salga, kia ANC. By the way, that's what she says. And I'm quoting. She says, Salga, kia ANC. She says, Salga, kia ANC. Give them applause. And she says, Salga says to them, they are actually doing a good job. In fact, they are even worried that they are doing too much a good job by increasing a number of POP beneficiaries. That's Jackie Ace. That's what she said when she told me. And she has repeated it and I've listened to her saying it.
Sure.
What do you feel, and you have already said it, what do you feel will be the new changes? And she told me that these POPs, and Solim Simanga has also repeated it with me. I asked him about these POPs. Solim Simanga says, you guys are fabricating things when that's happening. You are saying, ukre in a home, the person is working, but they are using someone else who's not working for the family. He says the household has someone who earns, the whole household goes up. So you can't apply certain things. But in the past, people were applying it. Because they are a straight government, they would come and take away those things. So the people who are crying are those who are benefiting from POP illegally. What do you say about that?
One, Rabolela Solim Simang, a failed mayor, so...
No, but it doesn't mean if you regard him as a failed mayor, what he's saying is not true.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
No,
I don't want you to know.
No, get off. I'm going to
Sure.
The race is not over, so now I tell Namagare, Marma Fellow, how come chance? Yahweh fell
Sure.
He's a failed mayor, and then he's feeding Celia Brink the very same methodology Emofeli is saying, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. One, JKs never came to us as a residents at Ugadi Locharena. Otswere ke modijele Brink in a while ago, double F car Brink. Utlina Pretoria West. Where you are, it's not in Atteridgeville. Yes. We are pretending as if we are cleaning our townships. Church Street, double F Ngom, ke border between Pretoria West and Atteridgeville. Tsanang ka mo allocation le bone mathata. Then retare le abereka. Moge I service. Fine. 2, tabadi POP. We are sitting with a case here. Those thieves. 2,500 are the wealthy and connected to the DA. But since it's a indigent list ya rona. There is a MACO report by deferral. There's something called deferral.
They deferred.
It was supposed to go to council, but and guess what? That list, MACO report, MACO Mayoral Committee bring 147,000 people are approved to be indigents. Kadi standards are social development. They chose 70,000 to take that report to the council. But that report didn't go to council since last year. You know why? Somebody mo MACO. Ntwe solia bolelang. I bolele botse re kwa botsoro o tsebanga taba because re nyaka the crux of the issue here. Go tsene bjang batho ba 2,500 ba sa qualifying as indigents. Hence that report was deferred. And by gadile ka maoto, nobody's saying anything. I've been raising this issue. They're trying to do that. So, but ho right, gore koko apply POP for 6 months. Yet bamira Tshwane Tima JKs. Alright, go kamo go apply on a reference number. I've got a case for number Denville. But what the metum of but the meter. How would you say Motomudim can't apply la POP? Can apply it Malomet? Here's the reference number. Instead of approving or declining, they apply Tshwane Tima because they want to collect revenue. Bama charges of a guy 27,000. Bonaba Katlagang ke cheleta by Amorang Bat. But what are they doing in 10? But then Sabat Wabona, Baba Rich, Kamara indigent. Indigent is extremely poor person. Ogokai, Ogoligation. So, what they are saying is nonsense.
Because I want to take you to task with
Sure.
This 2,500, you've made these allegations many times in various platforms and for a long time. Are you keen to take this to only evidence in paperwork to produce and you take this to court?
Go court, Kabakan Tusa, who Fostella DA, offense Matzabadela confirmed Hana accept the memorandum Kadi 24, January 2024. Kat 24 January, we marched. He accepted the offense Matzabadela. He confirmed, is on record on media saying, yes, there is something at that report, hence it was deferred.
Wait.
So, Nanga's proof.
Offense admitted that there's a problem, or he admit there was a difference, but the 2,500 he didn't comment.
He didn't actually say 2,500. He mentioned yes, problem. Yes. Had that report. Yes. He knows there's a report. They all know. There's a report which was deferred. All what we want, about to say that report from them 70,000. Yabato. Mara 70,000. Honali didn't know 2,530 by differently because of that. And you know what they did? On the eve of a cancel, go canceling. Ba rebudijwe story ga tsatsila cancel. Gore MMC pege di brain wa ba re understand wa social development. O resign le bushuka 10. Then ba mo replace the following day ka Nasi Dr. Nasipi Moya wa Action SA ba mofabo deputy mayor ba mofale MMC ba social development. What were they covering? MMC certain. Ba block ba bona ba to ka di 14th of December following day ba mo replace ka JKS ka di 15. What were they blocking there? Because those people, other people, social development MMC, she knows the story got deferral.
Yeah.
MMC certain. Khaba feja social development bafa finance. Finance irang I put a dunning log, modi accounting, they defer. Then they take it to the council. That report didn't see the day even today. Because even the speaker of council, come accuser, oversight rule, he knows about this report. I'm not clutching at straws accusing DA. I've got nothing to do. Something that I want to put on record today, Mr. Mashiach.
Let's do that.
I do not hate any whites or Indians. I'm an African, I'm a South African. I love South Africans. But I hate a racist who deliberately come to us with that tendencies of racism. More DA, there are racists who wants to drive that agenda ya racism. Not all whites. I've worked with whites. I've got white friends and I love whites. They all know what Tshepo doesn't mean everybody. It's a pity some people are misquoting us deliberately who change a story. No, I can never do that.
Do you love Brink?
I love Brink as a person, but I hate his approach towards black people. He's a human being. I mean, because he never wanted to see us. No civic can claim Brink. No one, because he doesn't want to see anybody. You know what he'll say to you? We've got programs, Sepo, Jackie Ace is doing some. What programs we want? One-on-one, go meeting, community, as a mayor. Mayor, here is our problem. Here's the crux of the issue. Then Atamai Adulele Meiko, because understand that the Meiko is the one that tables a report. Yaichia report go the speaker. The speaker is a guy go cancel. It cannot go Katsebo or Yatamaisa, keep bringing Kaboyena. Give Meiko Swanse Air Charge. The department. The professionals. Every department of financing, said input to about the CFO, or now we recommend and all that. Then city manager, I level higher different. City manager can not it differ. So the issue here now, the speaker of council, why are you not playing your oversight role? City manager, why are you tight-lipped about this issue? People are busy disconnected. They are claiming easy victories or hey, DA this Salgaya, ANC.
I'm cutting you.
Sure.
Allow me to cut you. I'm going back.
Do that.
Moya is the acting. Okay, it's not even acting. This position, we don't know what.
Let's talk fair.
Yeah, we don't know what Mashaba and DA were thinking with this position.
Okay.
So she's a standby mayor, or she's an acting mayor, or she's a deputy mayor, but officially a deputy mayor.
Sure.
And there's no such thing in the rules, I'm told.
Sure.
Do you think they trust at Action SA to continue when Brank leaves?
No.
You said you'd be happy, or you said you think Mashaba can come in?
As a regent, yeah. Until 2026.
Yes, but okay.
Yeah.
Now I want a
Somebody
mayorship
who's
that
gonna
would
be there.
favor you. Because what I want to do is, next time I call you, we might be having a new government in City of Tshwane.
Sure.
So I want to say, it's a, but remember you said, Okaoni, this is exactly what I'm doing here. And we're going to ask our audience as well to type there to say which government is, because no one likes this.
Nobody.
Yeah, nobody likes this, but we are caught with this. But who do you think will be better? Mashaba has done a good job in the City of Johannesburg when he was supported by EFF. Now EFF and ANC support him. He might do a very good job here. So who do you think will be a good mayor?
Between?
No, any. Who? If you don't give me a person, you can give me the political party.
Okay. I give a person a benefit of a doubt.
Yes.
Mashaba. Based of what he did in Joburg.
Yes.
It's a benefit because probably there will be a continuation because remember, this journey was cut short by the very same DA because he wanted to assist Batubako Alexander.
Yes,
so he wanted to solve the problem that we have here. Probably he will use the very same methodology here in Tshwane to say, this is our model.
Plus, they've not finished the insourcing issue of security.
Sure.
Okay. ANC wants the speaker by indication that we had. Who can speak there? Anyone, or you're just happy that ANC will take? No, I just want your ideal government.
The temporary ideal. Can you go for the story here?
No, I don't want you to, because I want people to live here knowing what
position.
Your position. So ANC speaker, yes.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
And the MMCs will be split between ANC, Action SA, EFF, and I don't know.
SADP and ACDP. How about Mufeselo? Kicking maker up Tshwane. Why was after Motagola something? Because
but if you listen to Uba King, he says, I mean, they'll be glad to work with their numbers only without Mashaba. It's just a tipping point of one vote. But if Action SA comes through, then they don't even need Action SA. They don't even need ACDP. But here's the thing. Let's speak now. Who according to you, would you want to position in these MMCs? Ukuletau says they can get up to, is that 14?
10, is
Is it 10?
Yeah, yeah. 10.
10 MMCs.
So your question is precisely the political parties?
Yes, no,
or
yes, yes, let's say for example, when Temba Fosi, utilities, uswiri buyer, and he's as well, like Brank, is aloof, he doesn't want to talk to people, he doesn't answer calls, he doesn't do stakeholder relations, he only talks to his citizens through the media. When he comes to the ground, very arrogant. I'm saying it. You are very arrogant. Very arrogant. So a person like him, if they replace him, which political party, and if you know further who can do a better job like that, because that critical position, you are going to work with that person a lot, like housing and stuff. So I'm just giving you an opportunity. You would prefer this person or this political party for these roles?
I'm going to answer differently.
Sure.
We need somebody with engineering experience, more utilities. Because if you just get anybody,
yes,
probably problem. Because that part is a specialized field, utilities. We don't just want a comrade or a mang up edge, because it's going to affect us at the end of the day.
Fine.
Number 2, human settlements. We want somebody who's not tainted in that field. Because we need somebody who will understand, or we need land in Africa. In South Africa, we need land.
If you can pay party, pay a name.
Mabitso nga se khone o fa no nga o fa di party.
The party o nyaka mang ko utilities.
Ko utilities ha ba ka fa this guys ba ko barking ACDP. Yeah.
Okay. And then housing
ha ba ka e fa EFF.
Okay, because o deal le land.
Re nya go bona gore issue ya land ba bolanga ona bo dila bang le ona decisive, because hona banong there's a problem but why ka dile mo gotle because of EFF. So what to put them to test.
This is because of time.
Sure.
Arva, and then let's talk further. Let's talk about the metros. I've had lots of complaints. The EFF is completely cancelled that Faro and this white gentleman, they have plugged white males in all these strategic areas. Tshwane Metropolitan Department. Yeah, and they say it gives them a problem because of that. Anyone who can lead the police force in Tshwane, because that's where bylaws are going to be done. ANC.
Yeah.
And then other portfolios that you remember?
Ke gona le utilities, gona le human settlement, gona le road and transport le ka fana ba re kenya Mashaba. But honestly speaking, let me reverse my statement. I've got it right. A wise man always changes his mind.
Sure.
Actually giving EFF land is going to be disastrous. Give it to Mashaba, because Mashaba was actually the one who's leading issue at the hijacked buildings. Let us give a person a chance to continue what was doing.
They still do have that program.
Yes, let them continue with that one. Because honestly speaking, and then air safety and security.
Yes.
Grandiama Metro. EFF, because they are radical. Probably they'll be able to solve this foreigners who claim to be actually part of EFF. So we want to see that clean up. I want to pair them.
Can I try this gentleman?
Sure.
I'm calling Khosi ne?
Who's that one?
Khositsile Khosima.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to check if he can expand on the programs, because he doesn't even get the chance to. Man is not answering, because I just wanted him to check.
Got the program stable.
Yes. Okay, let me do this because we need to end.
Sure.
Yeah, pal. Okay, sharp. Let's close it. I've seen your primal predictions. Just tell me in very short. King Seluru Ibonyaka before the new government comes, so we can hold you on it.
The new government, if they happen, bear in mind, 2 motions have been withdrawn. We don't know for 14 days what's going to happen. Anything can happen. I don't trust politicians.
Sure.
There can be a U-turn. Funzing Goveni said, but the distance, more this Tshwane statement. It's on media, it's on record. but about the distance. That should be ringing a bell to say, what if we think in 14 days Brink will be gone, only to find that they are going to stabilize that? We don't know. I'm not too sure. Politicians can mark a failure. But if they go, the new regent, because Result 2026, people are going to decide, people shall govern. Atlang, I be continuity. Please prioritize the townships arena. This thing you says the budget of treasury, it's a no-no. So we want a government that is capable. We want the city, capital city is the umbilical cord of South Africa. They must not forget that. It's an umbilical cord. You are dying, we are born, it's here. All the world class cities are looking into us for a mara. We need a government that is capable. Whatever agreement about to this, let people be on the otherwise. At 2026, we are going to show them flames, all of them. So they must behave or else, because people shall govern. We are tired of watching on the sidelines the vote the stock failures. So we want the government that is capable. That's what my please, politicians, be mindful. Whoever you think will govern the capital city, it should be in the best interest of the residents. Don't stabilize the coalition like Brink. Stabilize the city, because you cannot exclude us as the majority and prioritize a minority group because you want a stable coalition. It's all about coalition. It's not about us. So when somebody's going to say, we want to pay for the services that are delivered.
Tshwane, Mashaba Political Incorrect, thank you. Tell us what you think about this. And if you are watching this after a new government, tell us how disappointed are you with our prediction. Thank you. I still say Mashaba would make a better mayor. I hope they rekindle their relationship with ANC, because with EFF they've worked well. That's it. Thank you. Tell us what you think.